Gentlemen, welcome to the February meeting of the Support Services Committee. I think we'll first start by, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve last month's minutes. Motion made by Supervisor McGowan, second by Supervisor Driscoll. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Here. Okay, we have a short agenda today, but no less valuable to the community of Warren County. And Mary, if you would take charge of that and discuss your issues, please.
Yep. So my first request is to amend the salary schedule for my office. I don't yet have permission to fill my second assistant county attorney spot, but regardless, I want to lower the salary of my first assistant to $65,000 and raise the salary for my second assistant to $60,567. It keeps it within my budget, but I will expect the same work out of both of them, so I want to bring them closer together.
Is that a motion we're asking for?
Yes.
Okay. A motion bring it to the floor. Great. Supervisor Leggett, second. Supervisor Hogan, sorry. Getting better at it. Discussion. Everybody understand what
Mary,
what the
your
motion
first assistant isn't already making 73 then?
That was budgeted for this year, but they haven't started yet.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're not chopping the legs off of somebody.
Nope.
Okay.
There's nobody in the positions at this moment. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
My second request is to fill the second assistant county attorney spot. And that's within my budget, and it would just bring my office back up to where we were under the previous county attorney.
Have a motion? Motion by Supervisor Leggett, second by Supervisor Wild. Discussion? Questions?
Is there a timeline you have for that?
So part of this, I was going to wait till after you approved this, but I have someone in mind. They don't graduate until May, and they don't take the bar until July, so they won't be licensed until January. So I was going to also ask to create a position of attorney intern. They would start at a salary between 40 and 50. Once they were licensed, they would jump up to the second assistant spot and make that salary.
Would you like to make that part of the motion?
Yes, please.
Okay, and that
assistant.
intern position would then dissolve after
After they
the
move
person
into
moved
the
up to the second attorney. Would Supervisor Leggett, would you like to amend your motion? Supervisor Wild, would you
Yeah,
like
sure.
to amend? Okay, so amended. Any further questions or discussion about...
Doesn't it have to go through personnel?
It will get referred there after this committee, if you pass it.
It almost sounds like if we pass it, then that's the direction that you're going, right? You wouldn't hire a different person for this.
Correct.
Supervisor Driscoll.
This is the best case scenario that they successfully pass the bar and attend, correct?
I'm sorry, what?
That they're successful in passing the bar and...
In
getting
July.
to that, yeah.
Correct.
Supervisor Leggett.
Thank you. And as far as workload goes, your office can still maintain as it is?
He said that he would start the first week in August, and he has a student practice order currently that we would continue, which allows him to practice like an attorney would with my supervision. So I think that we could handle the workload until August, and then be better when we have the second person.
Let me ask you, Mary, what's the status of so the second attorney who would start as a intern in August and then evolve into the second attorney position? You have a certain amount of workload right now. You have no assistants. What's the status of your first assistant? I don't see that discussed here at all.
Yep. I offered the job to someone on Saturday, actually.
Okay. Now, that was previously approved.
Yes, I had approval for that already.
So that'll help with keeping up with the workload.
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? Supervisor Bramer.
I think my recollection is when we authorized the first assistant attorney that we would see how the workload was being handled by two people before we authorized the second position to be filled. I think my thought is this is a little early if that person has just received an offer. The first assistant.
But is that, well, whether that was a recollection or not, that could be a recollection now. So, discussion.
Yeah. This was part of a discussion because it goes back to overall staffing on any of the departments, and I think that's where it originated. But I think as part of that discussion, then we go back onto history there, that there were two assistants to the county attorney. Oh, this is pretty new.
It's a pretty new committee.
That
I
was
like
my
this
question,
old
too.
timer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does anyone have any input
some guys, sure.
to this memory?
Oh.
You know, I do
Okay,
recall.
well, your Supervisor Driscoll.
No, my question was, like Supervisor Leggett's, the historical perspective on that, you know, was it a three-attorney shop in the past?
Supervisor Wild, and then Mary can comment.
Yeah, I just do recall the discussion about having the first one and then seeing how the workload goes. But I guess, you know, Mary's saying that she could really use that second, and we're still within budget. I guess I'm okay with that.
Mary, comment?
Yes, I think we definitely need 2 additional attorneys. I know the workload we have right now, and it's crazy, and that's why I think it was very recently that Brian had gotten permission to bring in a second attorney. I'm just hoping to keep that same staffing in the office.
Mary, would you take a moment to describe that workload as opposed to are you going to argue in front of the Supreme Court every day? What's actually going on?
So our office reviews every contract that comes through the county except for DSS. Our office reviews them, and then they are sent out under our office. The overall keeping track of that contract during the year is done by each department head. We appear in family court for all juvenile delinquents and all PINs, and as the board knows, they're doing raise the age soon, so that's going to increase as well. We do all litigation that comes through the county. It comes through our office first. Sometimes it gets referred out under outside counsel if it's covered by insurance, and if it's not, our office does that. We work with every department head if they have any questions about their contracts, issues going on in their department. They contact us almost every day. We do all personnel issues. If there's discipline problems, if there's problems with personnel, if there's just questions with personnel, our office does all of that. We do all the resolutions. We write them, draft them, and then review them. I feel like I'm forgetting a million things I do a day, but that's just a snapshot of what our office does.
Further questions, discussion? Here we have a motion, a second on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Is it? Very good. Privilege of the floor. Okay, I think, what's that?
We just have some discussion items.
Oh,
But they don't
that's
need
not
to
it.
be moved.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
All right.
just for motions. So we have 2 issues. They are both pending, well, one's pending litigation and the other are a review of all pending litigation. So if you would like to go into executive session, that does warrant it, but it's up to the committee.
Well, committee, would you like to go into executive session to discuss these, or it would have to go to another time? Motion made by Supervisor Leggett, seconded by Supervisor McGowan. Okay, we're now in executive session.
Oh, you have to vote.
Oh, wait. All in favor? Votes were taken during the executive session. Mary, is there anything else on your agenda?
No.
Privilege of the floor. Okay, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, please. Motion made by Supervisor Hogan, second by Supervisor McGowan. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.